That was my toe. Yeah. Hi friends, welcome back to another video. I cannot believe I am finally filming this apartment tour. It's something that I've wanted to do for a while, but the thought of it has just been so daunting with trying to make it look video ready. I don't know. I've sort of given up on trying to make it look perfect for you guys. I figure you probably want to see something that's a little bit more lived in anyway, something that's more realistic, more relatable, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And it's just so much pressure has been lifted in sort of like ditching that mindset of I want to make it look perfect. So yeah, it's a very lived in house. I'm gonna take you through every single room. I'm not gonna show you every like closet, like it's not gonna be like that, but I am gonna just kind of walk you through the layout, show you every single room, and kind of show you the things that I love about it, things that I've bought that make it feel really homey, and even some of the quirks of this little apartment as well. So I think where I'm gonna start is just literally in the front of the house. So we're in the front. It is nothing special or grand. It is a hallway. It's very, very dark. This top floor is like a cave. There are no windows to the outside. It is all just overhead lighting. Not ideal, but it is our home. And yeah, so let me just kind of whip you around and show you sort of the layout of the front. Hello, shooting with the second camera. So obviously front door, ignore the camera. You walk in and you see a bathroom, which is the guest bathroom / my bathroom. I will take you in there next. We have Archie's. The amount of times that I switch my dog and my child's name is embarrassing. Pudge's leash and like his rain jacket and everything that he needs. We have our little landing area, which houses like shoes, baby wipes, our picnic blanket for when we go on walks. It has everything here that we need on the go. Obviously, I could have opted for something that was closed and looked a little bit more clean and you wouldn't be able to see all of these things. But I think the theme of my life now is practicality and whatever is easiest for me, and this is easy. If I need to put sunscreen on him on the go, it's right there. My keys are here, my sunglasses are here. Going on a quick walk, Archie's screaming, I can just grab my shoes, grab my jacket, and we're gone. So this is actually my old plant shelf. I used to have it in the living room, but I'm not using it anymore. So I didn't use there's like 2 more shelves that go on here. I just kind of used 1, 2, 3 shelves so that it's a little bit lower. I could go higher, but I like the fact that this is kind of like a tabletop for us to like throw everything on, our mail and whatever. And then the hallway here just has a bench. I used to have a table here that acted as kind of what this is now, but I like that I can push the stroller in and out through here. Archie can just sit, I can put his shoes on, and it's just way better. It's not, again, nothing fancy. This was literally free from my neighbor. She put it outside her door, and I was so fast and I got it. And then whipping around this side, you guys already saw, I have an article. I think this is from Article, but I got this on Marketplace. It was like literally down the street. I got one for me and I got one for Alice. Alice has sort of like a teak colored one and I got the black, but I love it. It is beautiful. It's so heavy though. I was thinking about like mounting it on the wall, but I'm like, I need a stud. There's no way that this thing is gonna like hold up on drywall. So this is our closet. Up here, we just have all of our board games, which we literally never use, but I'm hoping once Archie is older that we can be like a game family, a game night family. That would make me so happy. We have all of our coolers and things up there, Vince's like duffel bag, and then just all of our jackets, like our big coats, mostly Vince's shoes here. My shoes are here. I need to go through these. I wear maybe half of these, and I've had these here for like, well, I've had them for like over a decade. Like my running shoes, I have not run since 2013. I haven't gone to a gym since 2013. Like there is no reason why I need 1, 2 pairs of running shoes. Ridiculous. I don't know what this little unit is called. It's from IKEA, but This was free from my neighbor, and I love it because it fits all of our like reusable totes, all of our purses. We just have random things in here, Pudge's like outfits and sweaters, and it's just great for storage. You guys are going to have to excuse the vent sound. It's probably so loud on the audio, but it basically never turns off. So you're gonna hear a little humming. But yeah, this is the guest bathroom and my bathroom. I do use our master bathroom, but mostly just to like do my night skincare routine since, did I show you the doors? I don't think I showed you the doors. The doors, they're not doors. We don't have doors in this house besides our master bedroom. And there is no sound insulation. You hear everything, especially on the top floor here. And so I can't really be in here at night clanking around. So once Archie is asleep at 7 p.m., it's like quiet time here. So I do my nighttime routine in my bathroom, or the master bathroom. And then here I do like my morning skincare routine. I have all my makeup in here. And I pretty much do the majority of my getting ready in here. And mostly bathroom stuff. There's nothing worse than sharing a toilet with a boy. I do really like the design of the bathrooms. I think that it's a good layout. It's a good size. I love the big mirror. I don't really, I mean, it's not that I hate it, but I don't really love when bathrooms just have like the one like small mirror. I think one upside to that is that you can do like storage shelving and whatever decor on the walls, but I think practicality wise, like this is just, I love it, and it makes it look so much bigger than it is. Getting into our first quirk of the apartment, one thing that they did in this apartment that literally makes no sense to me for the price that these apartments were, these condos, whatever, they're technically a loft, it's not actually a loft. They chose a stone for the bathroom that absorbs water. So I'm gonna show you all of the little, like these are clean. I cleaned the bathrooms for this tour. So this is just like freshly scrubbed. I used all my, you know, crazy witchy ingredients to clean. This is clean, okay? But because the stone absorbs water and anything that touches it, it just stains. And it is so bad. I always feel like when people come over and they see the stone that they're like, oh, it's super dirty. And so I used to literally cover the whole thing with like towels and mats and whatever. But I'm like, you know what? Nobody comes over ever. So I don't know why I'm so stressed about it. So I just ditched all that. One thing I do really love about this bathroom is this shower specifically. It's like one of those that, you know, you just push open and you walk in and you do your thing. If I owned this place, I would probably retile. I think the white is a little bit boring. I would probably opt for something a little bit more, maybe like not bright, but maybe like a nice green tile or like a nice terracotta colored tile. And then I would probably do like a small built-in bench, just because it's like, I mean, it's a lot of space to shower. I don't need that much space to shower, but when I'm doing things like shaving my legs and shaving, you know, wherever, like it'd be nice to have somewhere to sit. I have considered getting like one of those bamboo shower stools or whatever, but I've seen how gross they can get. They start to like mold and get mildewy, and so I just scratched that idea. So yeah, that is the front entrance. I am itching to get out of this dark hallway with like the worst overhead lighting. My forehead is like a mirror. But I think we are going to head into Archie's room. A few things to preface with Archie's room. You probably would have noticed the massive theater-sized TV in here, and I know that is obnoxious to have in a kid's bedroom. There's an explanation. Don't ever buy a TCL Roku TV. Don't ever do it. We paid a pretty penny for this very large TV that used to be in our living room, and within a year it started to burn its pixels. And it's not one of those burning that, like, you know, it goes out completely or it like turns black. It's just basically all the color is starting to fade away slowly, starting in like a specific area in the center. Literally maybe like a month after the 1-year warranty expired, we started seeing that little spot. So we just basically haven't been ready to let go of it yet. We're trying to squeeze it for every cent we paid for this. So once Archie is out of his pack and play, out of his crib, we are going to handle this situation, because there is no way that I'm going to allow such a massive TV to be in his room when he's fully mobile. But you know, we're enjoying it for now. It's pretty cool to like throw up one of those one of these like ambiance YouTube channels where you can pretend that it's like a big window. You have all the lights off and we turn on his Star Machine. It's a whole vibe, okay? So we're still getting some use out of it, but eventually we know it's gotta go, and it's just taking up so much space in here. This room is very, very special to us. It used to be our office. We were gonna try and do sort of like a hybrid office nursery situation. I don't even know on what planet I thought that was ever gonna work with napping and nighttime and things like that. So we moved Vince's office to our bedroom, and now this is just his full-blown nursery. And this room is just super, super special because it felt like its own little world when Archie was first born, and we were just in this newborn bubble and just trying to figure things out. I was, freshly postpartum. I have this baby that I'm trying to learn how to take care of. And this room just felt so safe, and it felt so cozy, and it just literally felt like a separate world from everything. So not only is this Archie's room, but it is also doubling as our guest bedroom right now, aka my parents' room, because they're the only people that ever come to visit and stay over. And they come over at least once a year. And yeah, it was just important to me that even though it's such a little amount of time that they're here, when they are here, they do stay for pretty long periods, like 1.5 to 2 weeks. And so it's just important that they have somewhere that's really comfortable and homey for them to stay. We used to have these like stackable mattresses in here, and I thought that that was going to be a good solution for Archie having like a big boy bed, but then also being able to like, put them side by side and having 2 twin beds for my parents, or just putting them together for 1 full bed. But after their last trip here, it was made very clear that that was just not going to be a good option. Literally, while they were still here, I was like shopping around for mattresses. I'm like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I feel so bad they came all the way here and like they can't even sleep at night. So I knew I had to do something about that situation. So yeah, while they were here, I was shopping around for mattresses, and I'm not joking. Birch Living reached out and they were like, hey, this is what we're about. And I was like, it's perfect. This is perfect. It's destiny. With that said, today's apartment tour is sponsored by Birch Living. When I was shopping around for mattresses, the first thing that I knew was that the new mattress that was going to be in here had to be fiberglass free. That was my one requirement, because not only did I recently learn about the harmful effects about sleeping on a fiberglass mattress, but knowing that this would eventually turn into Archie's big boy bed when it becomes age appropriate for him, I knew that I did not want him sleeping on anything that had fiberglass in it. So I chose the Birch Luxe mattress, which is a hybrid mattress, and it offers both comfort and motion isolation, which is amazing. And it also has this really nice plush Euro top cover. They're also made with natural and organic materials, which support breathability and temperature regulation. They're also free from polyurethane foams, which can cause off-gassing, which is actually harmful for your health. I myself am a side sleeper and sometimes on my stomach. My husband is a back sleeper, and we both found this mattress very comfortable, so it definitely supports all sleeping position types. So if you're ready to upgrade your old mattress, Birch Living is having their primetime sale now until October 14th, where you can get 27% off site-wide with the code BirchPartner27. Thank you so much, Birch Living, for sponsoring today's video. And let's continue on with the apartment tour. We are somewhere familiar. We are in my plant room. This is what I also call my beat lab. And this is truly where the magic happens. I actually just did a full tour of my plant room in another video, I want to say it was 3 weeks ago or something. So I'm going to plug that in the description, and you can watch it if you want something a little bit more extensive, because I'm just going to whip through this really fast. So when you first walk in, I have another one of these sliding doors, and then I have my beautiful Pennywise art print here. This is my luxurious and beautiful laundry room. The stackable washer and dryer is a short person's nightmare, but I work out those toes and we get on our tippy toes and we make it happen. But yeah, this is where our laundry is. It is nothing special, but I'm just grateful to have a laundry unit in our unit. On the right is my project shelf, and I have all my rehab seedlings, props, and plants I'm selling. It's just everything that's not this. So it all goes here. It's looking pretty empty right now because I just sold a bunch of plants. I sent a lot of my seedlings to the States. And so, yeah, it's looking, honestly, I want this to be like even more clear at all times because I'm just not really trying to do a lot of projects right now. I have my potting area over here, which houses all of my potting materials, my trash can, things I need like myco and stuff like that. This shelf here is just for spray bottles and my watering can, things like that. And then I have my beloved double shelves. And then my potting bench here. I do think I'm going to replace the wheels on this thing with ones that lock because it's a little bit difficult when I'm repotting and my knees keep hitting it and then it's just like sliding around everywhere, especially when I'm filming and then I end up like 5 feet out of the frame. So that's the next project in here. But yeah, double shelves are looking pretty okay right now. I haven't had like a bad thrips issue or spider mite issue for, I want to say it's been like 2 months now. I did find thrips on my Spirit Sancti, of course, a philodendron. It wasn't bad. It was just like 2 little thrip larvae, but where there is 1 thrip, there are likely more. So I'm gonna have to do like a full spino treatment in here again, but I wanted to film this tour before everything gets wrecked. But yeah, that's that. And then on this left side here are just storage cabinets. I'm not gonna take you in there, but I have a lot of like personal cleaning stuff and then like decor that I'm not using, and then this one is primarily for plants. I store stuff up here as well. It looks really ugly. I'm probably gonna sell a lot of this stuff up there, but for now, that's where it lives. I would love to get like a track light system up here. Right now, I just have 2 pendant lights and it's doing the job, but I think eventually a track system is something that will be a little bit, I think, better for the plants because it's not getting, I don't think they're getting enough light. To the left is the storage closet, which houses more, again, storage stuff. I've got storage up there. And then my rolling TV station, which this has been like the best thing I've added to this room. It's just made repotting days feel so much homier. I literally connect these headphones to this TV and I can just blast all the scary movies I want in my headphones while I repot right here, have a glass of wine, and life is good. So anywho, yeah, that's that. I really was not kidding when I said I was just going to whip through this really fast because I really wanted to focus more on the rest of the apartment. So that is the first floor. Oh my gosh, the sun came out. It looked so like overcast and dark and gloomy out here all morning, but it's perfect timing to kind of show you the bottom floor now. This is probably what's going to take a bulk of the time because I really want to take you through like organizing things and things I've found helpful living in an apartment and stuff like that. So I think we're just gonna start in the kitchen. You walk in through this very luxurious baby gate and now you're here in the kitchen. We've arrived. I get questions pretty often about this bad boy here. And yes, it's beautiful and it is a fridge. It does what it's supposed to do, but I think it was a massive waste of money on the building's part. I think that they could have chosen, I think they chose this for the looks rather than the functionality. One, my ice machine, the ice maker down here is broken, which is why we have a nugget ice maker behind me, but it is deceivingly small. It is very, very shallow. So these cabinets itself go further back than the fridge. So the fridge is probably like, I'm not even joking, it's like this deep. You really cannot fit that much in here. I've had like an older style fridge and I was able to fit so much more in there, and also in the freezer. So I personally would have chosen a different fridge myself, but it looks pretty. It can fit some food. We're only a family of 3, so it's fine. But yeah, that is the fridge, and then we've got some appliances here. Let me show you the first quirk of the kitchen. So you're just like, you're pressing buttons, right? Do, 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 do. Oops. Oh no, the whole thing fell off. Oh no. Yeah. We don't talk about that. But quirk number 1, our microwave is very broken. This is a replacement microwave for the microwave that was broken. This one is also broken. I don't know what we're doing wrong, but this one, it's not broken, it's just, it acts a little weird. And then the guy who installed it, like, did that. And so sometimes it falls off and it's extremely startling, but it seems as though my ice machine would like to say something. If you've ever wondered what that sound was in my videos, that is screaming in the background. It's good old Bob here. This is our nugget ice maker, which makes these beautiful, whoa, little nugs of ice. Oh my God. And I love it. I can never go back to normal ice. Nugget ice is just superior. So yeah, nugget ice maker. I also keep an air fryer on the limited counter space that we do have. Oh my gosh, that's so loud. I'm gonna turn this off just for a little bit. Sorry. Off. I think one of the main challenges in living in an apartment or living in a smaller space in general, where you don't have any, like, you don't have a garage for storage, or you don't have like a storage area, you have to use closets and things like that. It's kind of prioritizing, especially in the kitchen, prioritizing what is actually important and what you need. There are a lot of kitchen gadgets that I would absolutely love. But I know that I have a very limited counter space, I have limited storage space, and I can really only have the essentials with maybe 1 or 2 things that are kind of just like for extra. For me, my extra thing is definitely this ice maker. It takes up this entire corner basically, but it's absolutely worth it. Me and my husband both love it. Air fryer is one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I do think though that, sorry, I'm seeing crumbs everywhere. I do think though that I eventually want to switch over to something that's glass, because I've been trying to get rid of all of the Teflon in this house. I just switched out all my pans. I switched out everything that I had that was Teflon, and this is one of the last remaining things that is Teflon. I do use a liner in it, but I just don't even want anything that we're eating to be made around Teflon. So eventually I'll replace it and I'll get a glass one. But for now, this is kind of what we're using. Over here, let me take you, I'm gonna go grab my other camera. We have an Echo Show, which I really, really like. This is the Echo Show 8, 2nd generation, but my sister is gonna give me her Echo 10, which is much larger. Like the screen, it looks like an iPad, like a large iPad. And it like swivels, and it's just way cooler than this one. So I am super excited to upgrade. But I love this thing because, one, we can show our pictures. I can see like where my Amazon orders are. It tells me when things are delivered. And then I can see all of the cameras in our house. I can watch Netflix on it. I can watch YouTube on it. And it's nice to just have it when I'm cooking. So yeah, that is another thing that's gotten priority on this countertop. I do like to keep this area kind of free. Oh my gosh. Do you see I made spaghetti last night. But yeah, I like to keep this area free for actual cooking because you'll see I really don't have a ton of counter space. This is our little coffee area. I got this plant stand slash plant table from a brand called Upton, and I love it. It's just like the perfect little touch in this corner. I wanted something that had a little color. I wanted to get it off the countertop, and this is perfect. It's like the perfect height. It's the perfect shape. It's the perfect diameter in terms of housing everything that I need. And yeah, this is just our little coffee corner slash where I keep my wine. And then we have our knives up here. We do have a gas stove. I just keep it covered because I just, like, it doesn't always look this clean. I just cleaned it a couple days ago. So it's clean right now, but normally it's not very clean. I clean the stove like once every other week. And so I keep this like little mat on top because it covers the mess. And then also when we're doing dishes, we can leave things here to dry. Here is the island. There's a dishwasher inside of the island. And then I'm going to show you how I organize under here because I feel like kitchen organization can be so tricky. Garbage can over on the left side here. I have this little hand dustpan, which I use for like crumbs on the like kitchen countertop and on the dining table, like things that are not on the floor. On this side, we have more like overflow recycling. I have a broom here, which is for the IVAC. We usually keep this little guy on the counter because we're always washing bottles. This is the sink. I do like this sink. I will just say that the faucet has always been an issue. The faucet that came with the unit was the worst faucet you've ever seen. So it broke eventually, which was like a blessing in disguise because I wanted that thing to be gone. And so our landlord had our faucet replaced with this one, but it doesn't retract. You have to like push it in. So that's a little quirk about that. We have Archie's little bin here where we put all of his dirty dishes and we just leave things to soak all day and then we wash at night. This is something that I don't know if every household does, but I got this little organizer thing from, I think it was Daiso. I thought it was perfect because I use different sponges for everything. So Archie has his own sponges under the sink. This one on the right side is for Pudge. So this is what we use to break up his raw meat patty, and then his own sponge. This is for my plants. And then this is for our dishes. I do find it quite gross when people don't have separate sponges for like their stuff, and then especially their dog stuff or their plant stuff. I just feel like they all need their own sponge. The sun has gone away now, so it looks all overcast and spooky. But I just want to quickly show you another quirk. This is the cabinet that I keep all of our like cooking stuff in and our foil and whatever. This is like the cabinet that I use the most. And it's been like this since we moved in, and it's been like this even without anything in it. And it doesn't close all the way. And when you do close it, it's a little crunchy. So yeah, we are underneath the sink, like literally. I want to show you how I organize things because there's a lot of stuff that you need for the kitchen. And you know, I see like my mom's house, I see my sister's house. Oh my gosh, this thing is so dirty. Oh my gosh, my camera keeps overheating. It's on the wrong setting and I can't figure out how to change it, and it just keeps getting too hot. Okay, I had to bring out the ring light because it is super dark under here. But on the left side, we have one hook. Hooks are your best friend if you're in an apartment and you have small spaces. I have so many hooks in here. Right side of the door has my gloves. This is to get all of the lint off of just every surface that drives me crazy. Primarily my backsplash. My backsplash looks like this, and it is basically a mirror. You can see every single speck of dust, splatter of oil, fingerprints, everything. It is god awful. It would be the first thing that I changed in this kitchen if it were mine. But anyway, another hook for my kitchen gloves, and then I have even another hook there which I use like a dish towel or something. Sorry, going back to the left, I usually hang Pudge's, like he has like a little placemat here that we use on our kitchen counter because he has raw food. I just don't want anything touching our counters. That is in the wash right now. I literally have utilized every square inch underneath this sink. So above the L brackets that are holding up my sink or supporting my sink, I have these little, there's like I don't know what the name is, but you roll it over the sink. You can use it as a drying mat. You can use it to clean and wash your veggies. Sometimes I even like water my plants that have drainage holes on them and let it drip into the sink. It is very versatile. I love it so much, and I think that if you're in an apartment, having one of those is a must. I much prefer it over having one of those permanent dish racks on the counter to put your dishes. At least this one you can fold it and tuck it away whenever you're not using it. There's actually a water filter back there. You might be able to see the little bit of it, but maybe I can zoom in. Right back there with the blue hose. So, sorry, my autofocusing is going crazy. So yeah, there's not much that I can really fit back here on the left side. So I basically just have our drying racks or our drying pads, and then there's like some extra sponges and whatever back there. These little things are just from the dollar store. I think they were like $2.50 each or something, and then these are also from the dollar store. So I just have our rags that we use for the kitchen counter to like wipe off splatters and primarily water. I have a bin here of just extra like sponges, pumice stones, more sponges. I just said sponges. Second layer has more towels, kitchen towels. I need to do laundry. There's like nothing in here right now. And then at the very bottom, I have our dishwasher pods. To the right of it is this one, which houses our kitchen towels, kitchen hand towels, and then below it are kitchen gloves or like plastic disposable gloves. The right side is really just all of the go-to cleaning supplies that I use. I have Archie's like dish stuff down here because like I said, we don't intermingle things. He has like his own, and then we use like a more natural dish soap for him. I have a Lazy Susan here, which is also from the dollar store, and these are like my go-to things that I reach for all the time. This is basically the rest of it. It's not crazy organized, it's just kind of shoved in the back, but it's just the things that I use to refill some of the stuff in the Lazy Susan. One thing I do want to mention that I feel is super important if you live in an apartment is, of course, having a fire extinguisher, like your own, not one that's just like in the hallway, and then a fire blanket. So like if you start like a fire on the stove or something, instead of using the fire spray, instead of using the fire extinguisher, you can just open this and like just throw it over the fire and it will put it out. Yeah, that is under the sink. Like I was saying earlier with being very selective about what you can bring into the house, the same goes with your cooking stuff. I would love to have a plethora of big pots and a lot of different pans, but the truth is I would not be able to fit it. So I made sure that I had one of everything that I need. So this for making sourdough, making like stews and soups. I have like 3 different pan sizes, and then I have one like really nice circular pan that has walls so that I can make things that have a broth. And then I have this like little griddle here that I can make like pancakes, I can make eggs, I can make meat, steaks, and things like that. And then just one small pot, mostly for making Archie's food. Up here, I also utilized another Lazy Susan, and everything is organized into their own bins as well. Everything is labeled, and it's kind of like all of my go-to stuff in this specific cabinet. And then in this one is where, and then in this cabinet is where I keep like the overflow of things that need to be refilled in here. So when you walk into the kitchen, obviously I have a nice big mirror here. I've had this for a few years now. It's one of the best things I've ever purchased. I don't know what the name exactly of this mirror is, but I got it from StruckTube, and it's amazing. I think I paid like $100 for this mirror. This should have been way more expensive for the size that it is. So this was an absolute steal. Everything is baby proofed. This thing isn't going anywhere. You could push it, you could pull it. There's like 10 like hooks on the back because I just know that this is a recipe for disaster if you have a toddler or a baby that's mobile. So don't worry, I know it's huge, but it's not going anywhere. On this side of the island are the bar stools that I got I think I got them from Structube as well. I really like Structube because they sell pretty good quality things. You have to be very selective. There are some things that they sell which are just so terrible, but all of the things that I have from them I'm pretty happy with, considering the price point in comparison to other brands. But yeah, these bar stools are really great. They're just really simple black plastic. We never use them. Like, I don't even remember the last time someone sat on that. And I was thinking, I mean, I just have to feel it out. Like, I feel like our landlord has been kind of hinting that he's been thinking about selling in the next little bit. And so I've just been really hesitant to do any kind of like home, not reno, but any big projects that come to the house, specifically for this one, because I was thinking I would just axe the chairs, get rid of them, and then do like a built-in shelving thing here, whether I find a shelf that fits perfectly in here or I just build one myself. I say that so nonchalantly, like I could do that. I've literally never built a shelf in my life, but I would love to have more storage under here. It would be nice to have shelves with like maybe doors, like sliding doors, something that I can put stuff that's in my kitchen, because yeah, the storage issue is dire. And I would love to have more space to like buy things from Costco in bulk, but it's like the reality is I don't have anywhere to put it. And so we really don't buy in bulk as much as I would like to. But it's something that I had been thinking about, is getting rid of these chairs. Again, I'm in like, I want things to be practical, and more storage would be way more practical. I always forget these are here, but I get questions about them whenever I post it. These little shelves are just from HomeSense or HomeSense. I think the equivalent in the States is Home Goods. But yeah, these little like black metal shelves, I think they were like $15 for both of them. It was a pretty good deal. And I would love to have plants here, but like this one has not been doing the greatest because it's like not getting any light here. You can see all of the leaves are facing that way because that's where the only light that it has is coming from. It's just been housing sort of like random things here and there, but I kind of thought about getting rid of this and doing something different, but I just can't think about that right now. Okay, so walking down the stairs is my dining area. I do like these chairs for what they are, but I do think that this is going to be my next project in terms of like upgrading things. I want to get a completely new dining table. I do love the glass top, specifically this one, because it has like that mid-century modern smoky sort of brown black color, but I hate the base. The base is from CB2 and I sanded it myself because it used to be this really ugly like silver. So I sanded it and then I painted it myself. But it's just like, for one, it's not a good paint job. And two, because it's not completely smooth, all of like the dust and fur just gets stuck on it. And it's like, it drives me bananas. I hate it. I do want to stick to a circle dining table because I feel like that suits this area best, but definitely want to look into at least getting a new base. I was thinking maybe I can do the whole trendy fluted base thing. I like that. We'll have more space for our legs. But I'm like, how long is that going to be? How long am I going to like that for? Is that like a classic look? I'm still trying to decide whether that's the route I want to go. I want to get new chairs. These were so cheap from IKEA, and I love the idea of doing like a pop of color, but they're not comfortable at all. And if you spill even a little bit on it, this was just water. It just like stained it so bad. These are my newest addition to the house. This was my last thrift find. I found them while my mom was here. She's always like, how do you find all these things? And I go to the same stores as you and I don't see them. But I actually saw this on Facebook Marketplace, and it looks like this is 2 parts of 2 sets of salt and pepper shakers. So one, obviously for salt, is the red apple, and then the other one is like a pear. It's like a green pear, and it has the little grinder. So I didn't love it, but the one thing is, like, you know, you have to like look underneath to see which one is salt and which one is pepper. But I think they're so cute. I just love a nice little pop of color. Now I'm really trying to move away from like the beige minimal aesthetic. I think where I struggle, because I naturally don't gravitate toward color, and I'm really trying to almost force it with what my normal sad brown beige style is. I'm like, I don't know what the right shades are. I don't know what element I should bring in that should have color, and I'm still kind of trying to learn, and I don't know. I'm getting there. I'm figuring it out. But yeah, really fun salt and pepper shakers. But now my weird brain is like, these are kind of clashing, the red with like the salmon colored chairs. I don't know. So these aren't going anywhere. These are here to stay. But I don't know if I replace the chairs. I don't really know what color I'm gonna go with. I know I don't want to go with like any kind of cream beige colored chairs, and I don't know if I want to go the salmon route. I'm almost thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking, but I think I'm gonna opt for a different color than this. This is another new thing that I did in the apartment. I used to have, I actually don't know what I used to have here. I can't remember, but I did these like oak floating shelves. I knew that I wanted to display some of my favorite books, and then some of my air plants. Oh, up there. And then we had some family photos done a couple months ago. And so yeah, that's up there. And then down here is my beautiful, amazing, wonderful iVac. This is a 2-in-1 vacuum air purifier. I have the air purifier off right now for audio reasons, but this iVac, you basically just sweep into it and everything gets sucked up down there. And you can vacuum literally anything. There's nothing that I've vacuumed up so far that it hasn't been able to vacuum safely. So yeah, you'll find Leca in there. You're gonna find Cheerios. You'll probably find one of Archie's toys. It's all in there. And yeah, this is like one of the best things I've added to the house. So if you're looking for like a nice air purifier, but you want it to double as a vacuum, I highly recommend this. I will link it in the description. I still have no idea how to like not blow out the background when there's light. But anyway, bear with me. I have curtains, and this is something that I have wanted to do for years. I'm not even joking, but every time I go to justify doing it in my brain, I'm like, oh, the landlord's gonna say we have to move, and then I just spent all this money for no reason. But the reality of it is no matter where we move, we are likely going to need curtains, and I act like I can't take them with me. So finally, you know, it was really when my parents were visiting here, we were trying to watch a movie, and it was just the glare during the day projecting on the TV, and we're like, what are we looking at? So while they were here, I literally had my dad install the curtains, and it has been a game changer. Not only do I feel like it makes the ceilings look even higher than it is, but it just brings like this warmth and comfort that really makes it feel like home. I feel like we have a lot more privacy now. You can see everything through these windows on the trail. And yeah, it's nice that especially at night now, we can just close everything up and not feel like people are looking into our apartment. The curtains that I got were just these linen, well, they're not linen. I think they're like a linen blend from Amazon. And I originally didn't want to go with anything that had these like grommets. I feel like these grommets kind of like cheapen the curtains, and it just makes it look not as classic and elegant. Is the word elegant? I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, because I'm not an elegant person. But I think you guys know what I mean. But it was nice that these specific ones had the bronze grommets, so it's a lot more subtle. And I don't know, I feel, I'll show you the ones that we have in our bedroom, which I hate. So yeah, I got like a million sets of these curtains, which really hurt my bank account a lot, but I honestly, I love it so much. And I think I don't know if there's gonna be enough light in here, but I might close some of the curtains to help with the lighting with the camera a bit. Living room is so dark, but honestly, it's kind of a vibe, especially when it's raining outside. It's lovely. I really love having curtains. Okay, so going back to these curtains, these ones bother me a lot because I wish that I could have it like above, like where the window is, but I can't drill into brick. So I either had to mount it on the ceiling or mount it there, and that is what I chose. But otherwise, I think it looks fine. Again, nobody comes over. The only person it's gonna bother is me, unfortunately. So yeah, I definitely would have loved to have it cover the entire window, but just can't with the brick. And then over here, I couldn't install it any higher than where it is because of our AC unit. It's pretty dark now, but at least you're not being blinded from the back. I am going to show you my living room and all of the changes in my living room. It looks pretty different if you haven't been here in a while and you still remember the old setup. I used to literally have my couch right here because it's a weird configuration for the living room. So I used to have my couch here, and then we had our TV in this corner. So switched everything around once Archie came into the picture because we wanted to be able to secure everything to walls. We wanted him to have a nice big play area, and this setup just makes a lot more sense. But anyway, this is what I was telling you about the layout of the living room. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's like there's a corner fireplace here, and I've always wondered like what people like styled above the fireplace. I know that my neighbor has like frames and like little trinkets and stuff, but I just feel like it's so underutilized and it could be such a great space, but just with the layout of everything, I just don't really know what to do with it. This is our sort of media area. If you have been here from the beginning, you know that I used to have my double shelves that are currently now in my plant room. They used to be here, and that was the main reason why our living room was the configuration that it was for the longest time, because I really did not want to give up the double shelves. But now that we have this configuration, I almost wish that I've done this all along, because it feels so much better. I actually have a video on this channel showing how I installed these shelves and then installing this one, and I kind of like styled it and stuff, but of course it looks vastly different from when I recorded that video. And now this is where I have like a lot of my trailing plants and then some of like my weirdo succulents that I love so much. And I will definitely do an updated video on like my non-aeroids. I want to do like non-aeroid specific videos in the upcoming future. I am so burnt out on Anthurium. I don't want to talk about Anthurium. I don't want to do anything with them. So we're going to be giving more attention to these kinds of plants. But like I showed you in the front entrance, it's the same shelf. It's just lower. And with this one, I actually added an extra shelf so that it can go higher. And I do think that it's perfect. How beautiful is my Calumnia growing right now? Like, you cannot tell me that this plant is not that girl. She is. She's so freaking beautiful. I used to actually have more plants up there, but I noticed that it was bowing. And so yeah, now I have minimized the amount of plants up here. Anyway, yeah, that is the plants that I have over here. Remember, where aesthetic goes to die. So I can't show you everything in this bedroom because Vince's work area is here and he has like work things that I just don't think should be on camera. And then I'm not going to take you into our closet because it's not a mess. It's just, I feel weird about showing like Vince's underwear is like folded and like it's just weird, right? Like you don't need to see that. So I'm going to turn you around Okay, I'm gonna turn you around and show you. I'm gonna show you what's going on in here. But just walking in, this is what it looks like. Big empty wall with just holes from previous things that used to hang here. Still trying to figure out like what I want to do. I first need to like get all the nails out, patch up all the holes, and probably do like a paint job, because I will likely have to paint it anyway before we move out if we want any piece of our security deposit back. We have these really nice big windows with the view of the river, which is really nice. These trees are getting a lot taller now, which I don't mind if it covers the window, because I've always wanted to have like one window where it's just all I see is like a tree. This is where my Yuka lives now. It was on the balcony for the summer, but now it's back inside, and I actually think it looks quite nice in the corner. I did have to shave it down quite a bit because it kept poking Vince when he walked by. Another window, which is completely blown out. You can't see out there, but more of the river. And then our little humble media cabinet, just like a bunch of electrical storage. And I'm telling you guys, it's really not pretty. And then these are the curtains I was telling you about. You guys see how like the grommets are silver? Like if they were a green, like a deep green, like something where it's a little bit more camouflaged, I wouldn't mind it as much, but I feel like it cheapens it a bit. Anyway, on the left side here is my, like, I guess this is my new, like, craft area, I guess. So in this cabinet, I just have my books and then my sewing stuff, videography gear, more books, just things that I need for this machine. Some of you guys might know this about me already, but I do have a degree, like a full degree in fashion design and merchandising. And so yeah, I just I sew. That's what I did for a long time. I was in the fashion industry for about a little bit over like a decade. I was a visual merchandiser. I also worked in design, styling. But I just like fell out of love with it, and it was really emotionally, I don't know, the culture, it just wasn't for me. I feel like you have to have a very specific personality to do well in the fashion industry, and it just, I wasn't cut out for it. And so, yeah, I haven't really done anything sewing wise, design wise in a long time. But now that I'm a mom and I'm not doing plants full time, I do have more time to like pick up old hobbies, and it's been really, really nice having a machine in the house. So I did hem the curtains out in the living room. I made a big like cover, like with, what's it called? Don't do that. Stretchy. Okay, we're gonna play charades. It's on your pants, and it goes back in. Just spandex? No, not spandex. Kind of like spandex, but elastic. I think I'm thinking of an elastic, like an elastic band. Yeah, an elastic band. So it's basically like a tablecloth with an elastic band, and you just like fit it over the table so that you have a cover. I use that for when I'm doing plant stuff and I can protect the table. I made that. And then my next project is I'm going to be attempting to make Archie's Halloween costume. I think I want him to be Edward Scissorhands, and I think I know how I'm gonna do it. But yeah, that's the next project. And I could have put this little area in my plant room, but again, Archie's room being right across the hallway and having no sound isolation, sound proofing. I wanted to be able to sew freely, make noise, and so it just made sense to put it in our bedroom where, again, aesthetic goes to die, and I can just have a place to get messy and do my crafts and watch TV at the same time, or just hang out with Vince when he's in here. But yeah, that is the majority of the bedroom. And then I'm just gonna quickly take you into the bathroom. It looks pretty much like the bathroom in the front. Welcome to the bathroom. The lines are back on the screen. I don't know if you can see it, but it happens when there's too many different lights going on. But yes, we have a his and hers sink here. This is mine. This is Vince's. And again, it's not very aesthetic. We have everything out. I try and keep all of the, like, you know, yuck, like the floss and the hemorrhoid cream, like, you know, tucked away. But yeah, we have another shelf here. I swear, these shelves are all over my house. I love them. So with this counter area, I'm like, I need somewhere to put my stuff, his stuff, towels, all of that. So I basically just put it on top of the counter and I installed it to the wall, and it like was actually kind of perfect. So we have our extra towels here. I have all of my nighttime skin routine stuff here, and we just make it work. This is also where Archie takes a bath. So we have all of his like bath stuff in this corner. And then of course it's a bathtub. It's a bath. I don't take a shower in here. This is just Vince's and Archie's area where they get clean. It's boys only. But yeah, it looks like a bathroom. I wanted to be very brief in there because it is our kind of just private area that I didn't even know if I wanted to show it, just because I do feel like there are a certain number of things that is okay to keep offline, and I definitely am becoming more wary of what I share online these days. But I feel like it wouldn't be an apartment tour if I didn't take you everywhere. I'm sorry if this plant tour was like chaotic and like the filming was shaky, and I really had every intention of doing things the right way, getting the camera settings right and using my gimbals and getting like the perfect shots. But I found out like 20 minutes before I started filming that my grandpa has cancer. And so I've just been rushing to, he's in the hospital right now. I've been rushing to like make arrangements to go down there. And so, yeah, it's just been a day. And I was sobbing before turning the camera on, so I am wearing a bit more makeup than I usually do. So yeah, I've tried to kind of stay in, you know, work mode and try and do this apartment tour, but truth be told, my brain is like in 5 million different places right now, and I'm just yeah, I've been dreading this because I'm very close with my grandparents, and it's just not fair. So with that said, I don't know if I'm gonna have another video that goes up after this as scheduled. I might take a couple extra weeks off because I might be in California. But I hope that I was able to put something together for you today. Thank you so much, Birch, for sponsoring today's video. I appreciate you guys so much. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I've been messing up that line so often. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one.